What's up, guys? Again, it's here your boy Jordan Larkin, the OG admin Julius Henderson, and Ray Walker. We are here again discussing boxing. This will be the third video I put up today for my YouTube people, and we are getting back on another topic. This one, a fight that has been finalized for June 17th, is Andre Ward and Kovalev 2. I'm gonna start with Ray Walker. Ray Walker, how do you see that fight going, and who do you see having the edge?
Honestly, I feel that Kovalev will have the edge again because regardless of what people say, I don't feel personally that fight is as close as what people made it seem. I feel like they say Ward made a lot of adjustments. I didn't see any adjustments. I seen survival tactics, which is totally different to me. which is totally different to me. But hey, whatever floats the boat. I feel like Rock Nation paid the bill for that robbery. And I feel like if Kovalev don't go in there and finish the job this time, meaning knocking him out or stopping him, I feel like we're gonna have a repeat of what happened the last time. Because something that I seen from Andre Ward is you're not the boxer, this cerebral boxer that people try to make you out to be, because
Exactly.
Kovalev outboxed the boxer.
Exactly.
And that's just, and cause they tried to make it seem like this was the boxer versus the slugger, but I kept telling people Kovalev has real skill, and the power being the X factor. And I just see the fight going the same way, honestly. And I just feel like if it goes 12, it's an Andre Ward fight once again.
You know it, and I gotta disagree with you. I mean, when I watched the fight at first live, I thought Kovalev got robbed, and obviously I had money on the bet, so I was gonna side with a Kovalev decision anyway. But when I was watching the fight again, I had two close scores. The second time I scored a fight 7-5, Kovalev with the edge with the knockdown, so I thought that Kovalev won a close fight. The third time I scored it, which was about 5 weeks ago, I scored it 115 even. So I really wouldn't call it a robbery, but I think the thing which gave the fight away for Kovalev is he let off his gas a little bit. Many people say that Ward body shots was working. If the body shots probably was working, because I feel like Ward had pressed the pace as well, and we never seen nobody actually try to outwork Kovalev. But Julie Henderson, you got something you want to say about the topic as well? Do you feel like it should have been a robbery win?
The first fight, I thought Kovalev clearly won the fight. I did go into that fight, like going into watching it thinking it would be a closer fight than it was. I gave Andre Ward a lot of credit going into that fight. Like I thought that Kovalev would need at least 2 knockdowns or a knockout to win that fight, because I thought Andre Ward would be the better boxer. But from round 1 to round 5, I thought Kovalev outboxed him. And for the people who say that Kovalev didn't win any rounds after round 5 are biased and liars and don't know shit about boxing, we're gonna keep it 100% film real on here. You go watch round 10, and round 10 was clearly a Kovalev round. It don't get no more clearer than that round. Then you got the knockdown. Then you watch boxing, and you're gonna go round by round to who landed the cleaner, more effective punches round by round in a close fight, and it was Kovalev. Kovalev landed the clear shots, man. He was rocking Ward with the jabs and the right hands and the 1-2-1s. Andre Ward never had Kovalev in trouble. And all this adjustment talk and all these body shot talk, I keep hearing. I guess I'm blind because I didn't see the adjustment. And the only time I seen the body shots was when they was tied up and Ward would rabbit punch the body when the referee was trying to break him. Those are illegal body shots. Once you clinch up like that and the referee's breaking you, nothing counts after that.
So you think that Ward should have been warned for his illegal body shots, as you say?
It's not like it's the biggest deal for me personally. I wasn't watching say they need to take a point. There's bigger shit that needs to be points taken away. But I'm saying those punches, once you're clinched up and the referee's separating you, those punches don't count on the punch staff for scoring. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? They were not clean body shots. They weren't like Ward was ripping Kovalev to the body on the ropes, and Kovalev didn't know what to do. No, the whole fight, Kovalev pressing the action. Not one time was Ward pressing the action and walking Kovalev back and You know what I mean? The only time he was doing that was when he was trying to wrestle or when he was reaching for the takedown. Now, I watch MMA, and Andre Ward shot for a single leg takedown on Kovalev. Now, this is boxing, and Ward been doing too many interviews with MMA guys. He shot for a single leg, and I was confused. I thought Ward lost that fight. I think the same shit will happen in the second fight. I think Rock Nation got they money in the commission. I don't understand why when Kathy Duva asked to have neutral judges, it got shut down, and I don't understand why the fans are backing that up. We should all encourage, as boxing fans and boxing peers, to want neutral judges for all our fights. Why should we encourage? Yeah, well, if he goes to Russia, it's gonna be all Russians. It shouldn't be that way either.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Because if they go to Russia, if Andre Ward went to Russia and lost, they're gonna say they robbed him. Why? Because all the judges were Russian. But when it's in the USA, it's okay. So I understand that. I think the second fight, Kovalev needs to go in there. He needs to stick to the same game plan, outbox him, but let his hands go a little bit more, and he got to get Andre Ward out of there.
Yeah, and I agree with both of y'all. Kovalev, I mean, this fight, the first fight was billed as the boxer versus the slugger or the power puncher, and I read many comments like people saying, Kovalev is just another Sullivan Barrera or Alexander Brand. A lot of Ward fans was underestimating Kovalev, and I get that too, just because how dominant Ward was in the Super Six, how he beat Carl Frost, how he beat Arthur Abraham, how he beat all of those good fighters in the fashion that he did. But I feel like what people, and I said it before, what people was overlooking was the style of Kovalev. He's not this come forward type of slugger puncher that many people thought he was. Kovalev uses his jab. He has a really, really good sharp jab. Actually knocked many people down. Kovalev, and also one thing I said that was underrated before that fight happened and after was that Kovalev is a master at distance. He just doesn't come in and slug.
Exactly.
Which I was trying to tell many War fans, how are you gonna predict this as the boxer versus the slugger when if you look at Kovalev fights, he actually uses his punches from a distance. That's why John David Jackson was teaching him in case Bernard Hopkins smothered him or in case Andre Ward smothered him, he would know how to step back, shoot his 1-2, and still keep his distance. So it's a very different style. I agree on that as well. So now that the fight is happening again, do y'all see that this will be another robbery if Kovalev were to come back and have even a better performance that he had in the second fight? Let's just say he doesn't knock Ward down, but he won more rounds. Do you feel like the only way Kovalev can win this fight is if he knocked Ward out or just score a lot of knockdowns where the judges will have to give him the decision? Julius, I'm going to start on you first.
Yeah, I do think, it will be a robbery if it goes to the judges. Now, the fight hasn't happened. The fight can happen and Andre Ward can go out there and just clearly win, and I won't call robbery. If I feel like he clearly won, then he clearly won. It is what it is. I won't call robbery. But if it's the same type of fight, and if Cove does even just a little bit more, and Andre Ward still wins, then yes, it's a robbery. And it is what it is. I mean, you can't get more cleaner in a boxing match than Kovalev versus Ward. Kovalev outboxed him, landed the cleaner, harder shot, ring control, ring generalship. He did everything he was supposed to win a boxing match, and he lost. So if Kovalev even does 10%, a little bit more than what he did in the last fight, and they still don't give it to him, they're sad. But like I said, I'm not biased. If Ward goes in there, and if Ward outboxes him, and if Ward clearly wins, then congratulate Ward and his team, and it is what it is.
You know what? In the first fight, Ray, do you have something to say on that?
I mean, I pretty much agree, man. Like I said, I'm not biased. If Ward wins, he wins. At the end of the day, I feel like even like y'all say, if Kovalev goes in there and he does a little bit better than he did the last time, the best he's gonna come out with if it goes to a decision is a draw. And guess what? There's no rematch clause in the contract, so that means it's over with. It's over and said and done with. Andre Ward is gonna sell into the sun. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty pretty much over with if he don't knock Andre Ward out, period.
Now I'm gonna have
Yeah,
Andre
I agree.
Ward win in the second fight. I know both of y'all two will have Kovalev winning the fight, but I'm gonna just tell you some reasons why I have Andre Ward winning. I feel like even though Kovalev outboxed Ward, and I feel like he should have won when I was scoring the first couple of times. I feel like just because Andre Ward technical style and the style that he uses, I would say he's a better adjuster than Kovalev, but like Julius was telling me a couple of days ago, Andre Ward has never been in a rematch, so we don't know how he can adjust or how he could come back. But in my opinion, I'm gonna say it anyway. I still think that Andre Ward will have a better performance. I don't see a knockdown happening in this fight. Now, I do think it was kind of crazy how Jay Prince said that Ward would knock out Kovalev, and I would love to take his money just because I feel like that was kind of silly of him saying that. But I feel like that was one of the reasons why they trying to hype up the fight because even though this fight didn't do many pay-per-view buys, in my opinion, it did more than expected. So in my opinion, I really wasn't surprised to hear comments saying Ward was going to go for the knockout because obviously they want to do at least 200,000 buys, even though both of them is not pay-per-view stars.
Let me step on that one real quick. The pay-per-view in boxing is dead. You know, it's been shot in the head a long time ago when after Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. I'm not blaming them, but I'm just saying that was the last real big pay-per-view in boxing. If you don't have big countries behind you anymore, like Mexico or Puerto Rico or those countries who are going to always buy their fighters pay-per-views, you're not going to really do big in pay-per-view anymore. I mean, you see Manny Pacquiao, I think the highest he did with Jesse Vargas was like $350K or $400K, which is still good money, but it's not big numbers. You know what I mean? Kovalev versus Ward will probably do the same, if not maybe a little bit more. You know what I mean? They're both not big superstars. They are big superstars, but boxing in general is not promoting fights the way they should anymore. When you turn your TV on, you don't see any boxing. Yeah, unless it's like a CBS fight or something coming up. But I'm saying, like, when you turn your TV on in a commercial, you don't see Andre Ward versus Kovalev 2 coming up, and you see the little promos. You don't get to see that no more. Now, I turn my TV on, I see a whole bunch of UFC promotions going on. Now, in my mind, I think boxing should start doing the same thing as UFC. Put a little bit more money into promoting the fight, and they'll get more back out of it. You see what I'm saying? They don't put as much money promoting it. They just do a little press conferences, and then that's it. And then they gave us, I think, one little 24/7 show and on YouTube. But if you're not a hardcore fan, you're really not going to see those things. The casuals in boxing are who we need as boxing. Like, if I'm a promoter, I want to get the casuals involved because those are who's going to spend their money on the pay-per-view. The pay-per-view right now is not reaching the casuals' eyes, so more people will just jump on Facebook, watch a quick stream. Pay-per-views don't do that big. And another thing I want to jump on, and I do want to hear Ray's opinion on, is all this adjustment talk from Ward. Everybody keeps talking about Ward is the better adjuster, and I don't understand how. I don't see that. What adjustments did he make in the first fight is one question I want to ask. And second thing is, what rematch have we seen Ward adjust? Now we've seen Kovalev in 2 rematches, Darnell Boone and Jean Pascal. Both of those first fights were great fights, right? Those were close fights. Some people thought Darnell Boone won the first one. Pascal, I think we all saw Kovalev winning, but that was a great fight that we said, man, I wouldn't mind a rematch. We saw the rematch in both of those fights, and Kovalev made both of them look like beginners. He made them look like mismatched boxing matches. So we've seen Kovalev adjust for rematches. We haven't seen Ward adjust. So how can we say Ward is a better adjuster? This is why I don't understand. How can we say that when we've seen proof in our eyes of who can make adjustments? All this Ward just some Russian who doesn't know how to make adjustments. I don't understand that. And that's a question I want to ask Jordan, and I want to hear what Ray thinks about that too.
I'm going to let Ray speak on that first.
Yeah. To me, Julius, to answer your question, I really feel like that has nothing else to do but with biasness. You know what I'm saying? Like that's been strictly biased, bro. You can't get any deeper than that. Because again, like you said, these two fighters, only one of them done had rematches with people, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, he came back and stopped both of them. He stopped both of them in a rematch. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But we've never seen this with Andre Ward, ever. You know what I'm saying? So, and as far as with Jay Prince thing, yeah, he hyping it up because he wants people to buy this pay-per-view because let me tell you something, what they did. Now, some people might have felt like Ward won, but I'm going to tell you something, there's a lot of people felt like Kovalev got robbed. And when they do stuff like that, bro, you will make people not want to pay for stuff like that because they think the same thing is going to happen.
Exactly. And I feel
So,
as well.
Go ahead.
Oh no, you go.
Yeah, but yeah, you make people not wanna purchase things, let alone watch a 36-minute fight if they go that long, just to see a man rob. And people so quick to say, "Oh, bro, you know, in a close fight, bro, robbery is a bad word to use." And I always tell people, day in and day out, let me tell you something. If a guy walked up on you with a gun and he put a gun to your head and robbed you for $5 or $5,000, it was still a robbery.
Exactly.
Still a robbery.
Exactly.
I agree.
A robbery is when a one man clearly won the fight and the other man didn't. And Kovalev clearly won a fight. I mean, he won, man. And even the Andre Ward fans, they know it. I'm not really being biased at all, man. I'm just going off of what I see. I watched the first fight off of a stream. So I saw all these people commenting. I seen all the Andre Ward fans saying, "Oh man, Ward, come on, you got to get it." You see what I'm saying? I'm listening to the corner of Virgil Hunter saying, "You got to knock him out." You know, all this stuff, and it's like he wasn't winning that fight. He didn't win that fight. It is what it is. We did a rematch, and all we can do is hope the best man wins. Now, I give the edge to Kovalev because I thought he won the first one. But if Ward wins, I'm not going to be mad. Like, I mean, if he wins clearly, like if he's a clean win, I won't be mad. You see what I'm saying? I don't have a preference of who wins the fight, basically.
Not meaning to interrupt you, Julius, if you was done with your minutes, but I need to ask you a question, Julius, and you a question, Ray Walker. Julius said earlier that if you wasn't from a big country, that you wouldn't. I guess he basically was saying that you wouldn't really get a lot of pay-per-view buys or a lot of support. So my question to both of y'all first is, do you believe that American fighters have to be portrayed as the bad guy in order for themselves to actually be sold to a crowd?
Yes.
And why?
I think so. And, I mean, it's not even about, it's just, the bad guy always sells more. It doesn't matter what country. You got, like, guys in MMA, Conor McGregor, he's not from America, and he sells more. Why? Because he's a bad guy. The bad guy just sells. It's interesting. You want to see him lose. So now you're gonna pay for this pay-per-view so you don't miss out on chance for him to lose. That's the bad guy is always gonna sell more. And also, like it goes back to my thing. It's not just about Americans need to be bad guys. Boxing as a whole, as promotion, needs to promote these fighters more. It's a big thing. You see what I'm saying? So, but yeah, to the actual question, do bad guys well, you said people
Americans.
Bad guys sell. They don't have to be bad guys to sell. Would they sell more? Yes. And would they sell more if boxing promoted them better? Yes. That's my answer. That's what I think.
Ray, do you have something you want to say about that?
Yes, I feel like to answer that question, Jordan, I feel like they do have to be bad guys, and I say this, no ifs, ands, and buts about it. We have a lot of talented fighters out there. One being Earl Spence Jr. But let me tell you something. My honest, humble, unbiased opinion: as talented as he is, he would never be a pay-per-view star because of his personality. He's too quiet. He's too meek. You know, you gotta have these days. You have to pretty much act a fool, just like Adrian Bronner or Floyd Mayweather, and you have to put on this bad guy persona. The only man that you've seen on pay-per-view like that didn't just have a Mexican country behind him or something like that was Pacquiao. But guess what? They set that up like that. Good guy versus bad guy with Floyd. Why? Because it would gross the most money in boxing history.
And
that's why.
Oh, my fault.
No. You go ahead.
Oh, and speaking of Spence Jr., I was going to make another video later on, probably tomorrow, about the Spence Jr. versus Brook, but just touching on that, yeah, he does have a soft-spoken personality, but he does have a good fan base. You know, he has a lot of Texans that are his fans. I see it on his Facebook page. Instagram page, even on his bias coach page. I'm gonna get back to this coach later on in the big video as well. If I call bias, I'm gonna have him up here on the podcast one day. I'm gonna definitely, so y'all tune in, because I'm gonna definitely have Derek D. James on the phone, and we are definitely gonna have a deep conversation about his fighter
Okay,
from about 147.
let me
Right. Go ahead.
You said Errol Spence got a big fan base, so he could be a pay-per-view star.
No,
Those
I ain't
fans are
say
not real
pay-per-view
fans.
star. I'm just saying that, like, that's one of the few people who doesn't have to actually sell himself to the media, and he has a
Yeah. No. But you're saying his fan base. He got a big fan base, so he should be able to sell, basically, right? This thing is his fans are not real fans. They're not gonna spend $50 to watch him fight. I'm being serious because Andre Ward has one of the biggest fan bases that I've seen on Facebook. You see what I'm saying? Because now it's 2017. Everything's about social media. You see what I'm saying? So we see these fans in these groups with 20,000, 6,000, 30,000 members, and we see Andre Ward has a huge following. But then when the man get a pay-per-view, it just don't sell. And same thing with Triple G. Triple G got a huge following. But people are just not going to buy the fight. It's just what it is, because hardcores, as much as they talk shit about pay-per-view, they don't buy pay-per-view. They know the ins and outs of how to watch a free pay-per-view. It's like I went back to the conversation. It's the casuals who will make pay-per-view go up. And the casuals are not being promoted. We're not putting the shit in their face. Like every day you put on McDonald's, you turn on TV, you see a commercial at McDonald's, it makes a nigga want to go buy a cheeseburger. If every day they was promoting boxing on TV, you see what I'm saying? People are going to say, fuck, man, this fight looks exciting. I want to watch this shit. So they're going to say, oh, it's $50, fuck it, I'll buy it. That's how we get the casuals.
Exactly.
They used to boxing better. Now they don't. Only the hardcore know about what fights are going on.
And they mean like,
right.
You good.
Yeah, and it's just like Terrence Crawford. We all know Terrence Crawford is a wonderful fighter. But look what happened when they tried to put him on paper. Yeah, when they tried to put him on paper, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen, you know. And like I told people, I said, with somebody like Adrian Broner, he hasn't been on pay-per-view yet because he hasn't had that type of opponent, I'm guessing. But if him and Pacquiao do make that fight, oh, man, he's going to sell the shit out of that fight, man. Yeah. That's going to be huge because a part of it, because he's going to sell it.
Yeah.
You know, if you have a guy like Errol Spence on the other side or Terrence Crawford, they're not going to talk no noise like that, man. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna make people believe. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, boxing is a business before it is fighting now. So you have to be able to sell yourself. It's like show business, and a lot of these fighters just don't have that charisma and that personality to do so.
And I
agree.
Also, speaking of casuals versus hardcore fans, I view it kind of crazy, but I think it makes sense. I feel like hardcore fans will try to get the best. Some of them will try to get the best way to get a best link. So if a hardcore fan could get something on a Fire Stick or get a free stream in another country, they'll go throughout their way just to watch the fight for free. Either they don't have the money or they do. But I feel like a casual fan will be like, what both of y'all was saying earlier. A casual fan will be like, hey, this sound like a good fight. I heard of these two names before. You know, why won't I order the fight? So
let's get some pizza, let's get some beers, and let's buy this shit.
Yeah, exactly. Because at the end of the day, the casuals fans, you know, they might want a war, or they might want a good fight, or they may want both. A Kovalev versus Ward, where we seen technical styles of both fighters, and we see how both fighters can actually handle pressure, you know. So I feel like fights where they won't have an absolute war, say a la Leo Santa Cruz versus Mares, even though that fight is going to happen, and I believe that fight is supposed to happen next. But I feel like fights where you could have a war, but you can see, you know, why both of them are champions. I feel like that'd be good for boxing as well, and that'd also bring in casual fans.
Yeah, I agree. Boxing just gotta promote better, in my opinion. Just gotta promote better. You know, for us, even hardcore, we gotta go look a lot of stuff up. And but we love this sport, so we are willing to take our time and look it up. But I'm saying they need to put it out there for the casuals more when it comes to promoting. So if Andre Ward and Kovalev want to do better pay-per-view numbers, They got to promote it better. They got to do more than just a
And I
press
feel
conference
like
in California.
not to bring up. Oh, my fault. You continue.
Yeah, I'm saying if they want to have a big pay-per-view with Kovalev and Andre Ward, because it should do big. You got two of the best fighters at 175 going at it again. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They should do big. They're two of the pound for pound best fighters in the world. You got one who's ranked right now at number 1, and then the other one is ranked number 2 or 3. You see what I'm saying? This should be a big pay-per-view. But like I said, they have to promote it better. They can't do a press conference in California and then just say, oh, the fight, then wait a couple months and then the fight happens. They got to promote the shed. They're going to have to go in their pockets and they're going to have to pay millions and promote the fuck out of this fight for it to do big. If not, from your question you asked earlier, no, I don't think this fight would do more pay-per-view. I just hope this is going to be a great fight. That's all I can say about that.
Oh. And if I could put one thing in it right quick, Jordan.
Yes, sir.
Basically, bro, with the pay-per-view stuff, it's like Julius said, they're not really advertising it. But let me tell you something. Boxing is a dirty game. Boxing is full of crooks, and boxing is cheap. And boxing is living off of his name, filming way back from when it first started. So that's what they're riding on. Like, hey, we're boxing. We don't have to, we don't have to go as hard on the advertisement. People know boxing. You know what I'm saying? So when they hear it, they're gonna want to see it. So there you have it. You know what I'm saying? But because they feel like they are the original Dundada of it. You know what I'm saying? But again, like Julius said, you see it in the pay-per-view numbers because it's not being advertised. You know what I'm saying? So you can't expect people to pay $50, $60 for some fighters that they know nothing about.
Yeah, it's like $80 now. Sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then you got to realize too, in the American economy, like everybody don't even have cable. People can't afford cable.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly. And touching up on that again, I ain't mean to bring Oscar De La Hoya name up, but I feel like some people should actually copy notes off for Oscar De La Hoya when he promotes Canelo. I feel like he's one of the best there is because he promote Canelo like he's this great superstar. He goes out of his way. He spends money to promote Canelo. And even though Canelo has a big fan base, but when you see Canelo on pay-per-view, say his last
Canelo did 250,000 against Liam Smith.
I know I know that. But hold up though. But I'm saying even though he did do 250,000 versus Liam Smith, which that fight he dominated Smith but knocked him out in round 9. I seen a lot of Canelo commercials, not a whole lot like the UFC, but I seen a lot of Canelo versus Smith commercials, a whole lot of Canelo versus Khan commercials. Hell, when I turned on my TV, guess what was on playing? Canelo versus Khan, Canelo versus Smith. Order now on pay-per-view. So I see fights like that, and I see how Oscar De La Hoya clearly takes his time to promote the heck out of his cash cow because he knows what he's doing and he's been in the game so long. So I feel like what other promoters like Bob Arum or just different type of promoters, say even Al Heyman even put on a pay-per-view show. I feel like both of them.
Is Al Heyman a promoter or is he the manager?
Low key, he's a promoter, but he's a manager first. They tried to sue him over the Muhammad Ali Act, but that fell through. So
yeah. So he's really the manager, but he be doing both.
Yeah.
He does both, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Uncle Al Heyman, by the way. I respect that man, cause if it wasn't for him, man,
that nigga.
Man, I'm not gonna say F him at all. Cause one thing about Al Heyman that I'ma always respect is that he brought boxing back to free TV, just like my mama.
Exactly.
That's look. This is what my mama was saying, and this got me, excited too, man. After watching the fight, my mama became an Erickson Lubin fan just for watching on free TV. Now, do you think that my mama would have knew who Erickson Lubin was if he was on HBO or Showtime or even on pay-per-view? No. My mama knew about Deontay Wilder. My mama knew about Erickson, Hammer, Lubin, and all the other people now just because she watched boxing with me on free
Okay.
TV.
Mhm.
And and Al Heyman may put some fights like Danny Garcia versus Vargas up, but guess what he do? He'll turn right around and put a fight like Danny Garcia versus Keith Thurman, which would draw a big crowd. So again, I'm not gonna never say F Al Heyman. I respect dude because at the end of the day, he did what many others did. Now we see Oscar De La Hoya doing it on ESPN. That's real good. But at the end of the day, Al Heyman, I think he kind of helped influence Oscar De La Hoya put some of the fights on on free TV. So I wouldn't say F him at all because he went out his way to do that. That's what PBC was out. Oh, you can go.
I respect Al Heyman, bro, most of all because Al Heyman he get his fighters paid, and on top of that, he's gonna build you up. He's gonna build you up the correct way, and then he's gonna give you your shot.
Exactly.
And it's up to you to make magic. It's up to you to make magic happen.
All right, but what I would say, I was just joking when I said fuck the nigga, but what I would say is, yes, he brought free boxing back, right? But like, I think already 2 TV subscribers have canceled their deal with Al Heyman. Why? Because he's giving us fights like Yuri Foreman versus Lara. He gives us free boxing, but then he gives us fight like Anthony Durrell's last fight. He gives us a great boxer versus a ranked 200 fighter. You see what I'm saying? That's terrible. Yes, he will give us a Keith Thurman versus Danny Garcia or Sean Porter versus Thurman, but these are rare occasions. If we're going 9 times out of 10, we're getting bum fights. Just being real. I'm not 2 bums fighting. We're getting 1 great fighter versus a bum. You see what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, and then the Blue Moon will get, Keith Thurman versus Sean Porter. Hell yeah, that's great. But that's not a regular thing. You see what I'm saying? It's not a normal.
I think it's as regular as he can get it, though, bro. Because you have to realize there's a lot of factors that go into this: money, timing. Because some people already have fights lined up. You know what I'm saying? Some people are injured. Some people just not fighting at the time. It's a lot of stuff that go into that.
Well, I think with Al Heyman, if he might be paying these guys a little too much, I think Floyd spoke on that. I think he might be paying these guys a little too much, and the money isn't there to pay them to be active as much as we like. You know what I mean? I don't think he can pay a Keith Thurman 3 times a year, $2 million. I don't think he can pay Keith Thurman $6 million.
I believe he can if Keith Thurman is fighting those type of fights. Like how Keith Thurman doing, like he did Sean Porter, how he did Danny Garcia. Guess what? Those paychecks.
If he can get those fights, but then 9 times out of 10 we're probably going to get Danny Garcia for Rob Crockett type fight.
Guess what? And then when Keith Thurman's going to fight Lamont Peterson, it's going to go up and up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a great fight. A lot of people on that fight, but I agree. I agree with what y'all both saying. Cause I agree. But then there's also majority of those fights. The reason Spike TV just cut Al Heyman out. I forgot what other TV channel cut Al Heyman out. Is because they're giving too many lackluster fights, like fights that just nobody cares about. So, but yeah, I agree with you guys. But and giving us bullshit fights, he gonna lose all those channels.
And speaking back on Kovalev versus Ward, we heard some recent stories. Many people think that Kovalev is psyched out a second time, and I don't really get it. I mean, I think Ward is going to win a second time, but many people say something like, if they do a stare down and Kovalev look away, he already lost the fight, and I don't really get that because the first fight they was saying that and Kovalev looked just as good. He ain't looking scared. He ain't look psyched out at all. So, and getting back what both of y'all was saying, I feel like Andre Ward fans give him a little bit too much hype just on silly things. Like if the person look away, that mean that they lost. Mike Tyson said something like that. Yeah, when they get in the ring, and nobody's. It will be. I mean, it's plenty of Mike Tyson's. Now I'm not gonna say the skill set, but as far as the hype job, now y'all can crucify me or not, but I feel like it's a plenty of Mike Tyson's in the sport. That's like that. So I think that Andre Ward fans hype him up just a little bit too much. I can see what they mean. I mean, because the guy's a 2004 Olympic gold medalist. He was the last gold medalist for the United States. Super Six winner, cleaned out the division. So I could see what they mean, but after the Kovalev-Ward fight and what they seen and who they know who won, because like Julius was saying earlier, it's a lot of Ward fans who low key know who lost, but they won't speak on it just because either A, they had bricks, or two, they're a big Andre Ward fan.
Yeah, I'm gonna correct you, Jordan. The last American Olympic medalist was Clarissa Shields.
Who?
Big truth. Clarissa Shields.
Oh no! I was talking about as males, of course. Oh,
no, you said boxer. You said boxer.
Yeah, you said American.
I mean, come on now.
Boxer.
Don't crucify me now. Hold up now. I meant to say as male. I'm not. Now I'm gonna speak about Clarissa Shields too. Now, even though this is a Kovalev-Ward boxing thing, let's put Clarissa Shields just on the side, just to add a little seasoning to the salt. Now we seen Clarissa Shields in her pro debut and her second fight. I seen a lot of people.
Hold on. Fuck talking about Clarissa Shields. You was asking a question about stare downs. Let me put my 2 cents in the whole stare downs right now at the press conferences. That shit don't mean nothing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That shit is dumb. They don't need to stare at each other in each other's eyes for 5 minutes. You see what I'm saying? Like, I get it. You can't. Man, I've seen dudes look terrified at the weigh-ins and come back the next fight and beat the dude's ass. That stuff don't really mean too much. If it was in the ring and they're staring at each other and Kovalev, looked real nervous and he's looking away, then I see it. But they're like, 2 months away from a fight. They're at a press conference. Kovalev is obviously irritated with all the talk they're doing. Kovalev probably getting annoyed, like he's staring at this dude. And Kovalev in his head, he probably want to kill Andre Ward. You know what I mean? So he's like, I'm about to just keep staring at the dude. You know what I mean? So people are digging a little too. Oh, he looked away. It's too much, bro. Because he stared at him for like 30 seconds and then looked away. It's just kind of like you don't got to stare at somebody for an hour. But yeah. What you did, Ray? You agree with me? Same shit. It's not a big.
Yeah. Same thing, bro. They just putting too much in it. Even when he looked away, he had a smirk on his face, like, oh, we just don't know. I want to punch you in your face.
Exactly. And then he whispered. He said, "I'm gonna end your boxing career." You know what I mean? So he's not scared of Ward, man. He's just ready to fight. He's from Russia. A lot of people always act like America has the hardest times, but other countries have it sometimes harder than us. If we're gonna be real, and he comes from a real crazy background. I don't think he has any fear in Andre Ward. So all that stuff is done.
Why fear, man, that never hurt you in the first fight?
Exactly. So I think Jean Pascal actually not hurt, but hit him with some shit. You know what I mean? That would make Kovalev be a little bit more on his toes than Andre Ward did. Andre Ward, we're gonna have to end this talk soon, but Andre Ward.
Yeah.
Andre Ward without his dirty tactics is not that great of a boxer if we're gonna keep it 110% real.
All right.
Right.
It's been good talking to you, Julius Henderson and Ray Walker, and we'll start another podcast when y'all have some time. But again, lace them up MMA/boxing on our Facebook page. Like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and if y'all have any comments about this fight or what each other said, just comment.